Hey, I got to get this straight with Eliminator. He's only 32 years of age. He's from Charleston, South Carolina. And I don't have, well, the show's only 2 hours, so I can't go through his entire resume of places. But as Wikipedia says, two-time Grey Cup champion, as he joins us today from Virginia. Eliminator, I thought you were a three-time Grey Cup champion, or have I got that wrong?
No, you've always said three-time. I just kind of like the way it sounds, so I never said the thing. But
so it is two. It is two.
It's
okay,
two-time.
I got you.
I've been to three Grey Cups, but we lost due to a flag that should have been a penalty for a pass interference that should have been called the flag on the receiver. But yeah, we lost.
But you're over it, so I can tell.
Exactly.
Eliminator, listen. I know you're with Edmonton now, and we got a lot to get to here, but you see the Argos are the buzz of the CFL, the fans, the media, obviously the players. What are the players saying about all these signings here in free agency for the Boatmen?
I mean, that's just names on a paper. You know, it's they're doing a good job. They're doing what teams do. Teams sign players. You want to bring as many players as you can to training camp, and then evaluate those players. But it's just players on a paper. Like, no one's winning games right now. So you just got to do the best you can and scout the best players you can to get those players onto your roster so they can come to camp.
Sure. But what about the salary cap skullduggery that people are saying is going on? You know, they're saying, the Argos not adhering to the camp? The Riders are clearly trying to, because they've said they can't afford to pay Solomon. They can't afford to pay Judge. They can't afford to pay Chucky. But how can the Argos? Are you guys talking about that amongst yourselves?
No, we're not. You just understand me. I try to keep myself in tune with things that go on in the CFL. As I'm doing the business side, and it's they're doing a unique way of structuring contracts in Toronto, and they're able to bring in these type of players and evaluate these players before they're really invested into them. So just a hats off to John Murphy and Pinball Clemens over there. They do a great job. It looks like from the outside looking in, looks like they're doing a great job, but. I haven't really been focused too much on them, just kind of focused on myself and excited about my situation.
Right, and I'm going there. I'm going there next, but I'm just write that down. Lemon just said a unique way of structuring contracts, because Pinball said last week that they are complying by the rules, doesn't understand what everybody's complaining about. Now, to Edmonton, who your boy Torrey Gurley has predicted as the Grey Cup favorites. And you know him well, and obviously he's great friends with Trevor Harris. What excited you about signing with the what we're told are going to be the Elk?
But excited me about signing with the Edmonton football team. I was so excited about to sign their opportunity. I felt like there's a team that's up next to compete for a Grey Cup, and I just feel like I was a missing piece that can come in and bring my leadership and bring my skill set, and I just think that. Brock is doing an amazing job with structuring the roster the way that he's structuring it. And I'm very excited to play for a coach, and Coach Jamie Elizondo. His offense has always been one of the top offenses in the CFL. And for a pass rusher like myself, that means you get a lot of opportunities to rush the quarterback in the fourth quarter.
Was it an easy or difficult negotiation with Edmonton in your mind?
No, it was an easy negotiation. Like I said, Brock, he's an upfront guy, and he's very straightforward, and that's all you can ask for as a veteran in this business is, someone that can be upfront and straightforward and very professional. Like, me and Brock had a relationship from me being in Ottawa. So, just dealing with him on this level, I've already dealt with him in Ottawa as well when I played with the Red Blacks for that season after the 49ers. So I already knew what type of guy he was and what he stood for as a man, and I'm just excited to have an opportunity to play for the Edmonton football team.
I think we all can't wait to see you guys on the field, and you in particular. And this is what's nagging at me. For our viewers that don't know Shawn's resume, because I've known him since 2011 when he first showed up here, but Winnipeg, Saskatchewan, San Jose, Orlando, Sioux Falls, Edmonton, Calgary, Pittsburgh, San Fran, Ottawa, Saskatchewan again, Toronto, BC, and now Edmonton. It seems like you want to move around like that. Why is that?
It's not that I really want to move around like that. I take the cards I'm dealt and I play those cards. I don't let adversity get me down, because I know what type of person I am. I know what I stand for, and I know, like, I've dealt with adversity in my whole life. That's one thing you're guaranteed to deal with as a man in this world. You're going to deal with adversity, and how you respond to adversity. I can only respond to it as producing in all these different cities that you've named. that I've been in there long enough to play in. I wasn't long in Saskatchewan long enough to play there, so and more than 2 games. So, I haven't had a chance to put these numbers up like I did in these other cities. So I just take something I learned from every city that I've been in and just apply it to my game and make my own unique way. Just try to go in and produce everywhere you go. That's the lifestyle I live.
Well, when I looked you up at 32, I would have said you're way older because you've been around for so long. But you're 5 years younger than Chucky. Like, is Edmonton a place that you think you could settle in if it's a good fit, that you might stick there for a while? Is that your goal?
That's the plan. That's always the plan when you go in and you just go in and you do what you can do it. And like I said, I enjoy working with Brock and, communicating with them and doing the negotiation process and understanding his philosophy. And just very excited about it and thankful for the opportunity. For right now, I'm just season and being the best event I could be for the Edmonton football team.
From our viewers, there's some comments here, Shawn. From Brady, he says, when life gives you a lemon, you sign it to a contract to better your team. From Jeremy Johnson, he says, trying to give Kevin Glenn a run for his money on being with all CFL teams. We can comment on that in a second.
That's not something that I'm looking to. I'm not trying to give him a run for his money, but it's always good to I've had 2 stings with 4 clubs in the CFL, so it's always good to be a guy that's always wanted and have your services are wanted, because that shows that teams and general managers value your skill set. That's how I look at it. We all have a choice. You can look at it as a negative, or you can look at it as a positive. I look at it as a positive. That means that popular demand, right?
Dude, I got you at 7 teams now. Process of elimination, it's just Montreal and Hamilton. So you're not interested in signing there at any point?
I don't really count Winnipeg. I was in Winnipeg. I was 23 years old. I was there for not even a full week. There was an opportunity with the NFL, and I decided to leave there on my own to seek an NFL opportunity. And I don't really count Winnipeg as a team. A lot of people do, but I was on the practice roster. I didn't play in any games or anything like that.
Okay, I got you here. Well, we'll petition Wikipedia to have that taken off. But Michael Henrik, a viewer, says, yeah, a radio station that talks about the Argos. Well, I don't know. I guess if we're a radio station, that's us. But yeah, we talk about all of the CFL teams. Can I ask you, Shawn, what the last year's been like for you? Because we've had you on several times. We've stayed in touch. You didn't have a contract for the longest time, and I was wondering if you were getting concerned. And then ended up there wasn't a season at all anyway, so it didn't matter. How have you got through the pandemic yourself? Mentally, physically, all the rest?
The pandemic was fine. I was never really worried about myself as far as getting a contract, because I was going to sign with Edmonton last season if there was a season. And me and Brock he's been in touch with me during the whole pandemic, and we've always kept in communication, and he's been really good with that. But a pandemic is very unfortunate for the world. We can't control things like this that happen in the world. We love this game and we call football, but the world is more important right now, and it's a time for us to come together, take care of ourselves, and take care of our well-being, and just take care of our families. And you never really I look at the pandemic like this, you never really get an opportunity in this world to reset, to have that time to yourself, to think of new business ventures, think of new ideas, just regather your thoughts before the world opens back up. So I just kind of use that time to myself to, better myself as a person, better myself as a man, better myself as a teammate, better myself as a family member to my family, and, just spend that time with them and just approach the day where I want to be a little bit better as a person, as a football player, and as a family member every day.
Well, I knew that about you because I knew that you'd be fine, but there's a lot of people that have spent the last 10 months worried, panicking, and it's like, I'm telling them, you're going to look back and wish you used that time to rest and reflect. You know what? You have. Not everybody has. Hey, here's one. Paul Totsky. We got all the Argo fans awake today, Shawn, tuning in. He says, we were disappointed when he left Toronto. Compare these markets to play in. Toronto gets a bad rap as far as the fans, I think. But, I love the stadium. I love the city. What's it like being an Argo compared to other CFL markets?
I'll tell you guys, like I told Charleston when he was talking to me and he was thinking about going to Toronto, Toronto is the team that always will have a spot in my heart, and Toronto's the team that I enjoyed playing football with the most in the CFL. The city of Toronto, the fans of Toronto, whether people say it's not many or not, but it's a close-knit family. So the ones that do come and they really support you, you really enjoy them, you really grow close to them because you know they support you and they love everything about the city and the team. And the city is just amazing. The organization is a first-class organization. They do things the right way. The growth from when I first got to Toronto to where it's at right now, I really take that close and dear to heart because I knew I was a part of the success and where the club is now, where they're having a stable home game facility, a stable practice setup, meals and preps for the players before practice and meetings. And, I just take that to heart because I knew I was a part of the grunt work of getting that done in Toronto, and I'm not looking for credit or anything to try to change the culture there, but I just know that because I was behind the scenes. A lot of things that I do as a player in the community, I don't, it's not for social media for me to, come out and get bragging rights for. It's because I do them because they're from my heart. And that's how I always approach the city of Toronto. And I will always have a, spot in my heart. That's why I'm so thankful to be able to win a championship there.
I could talk to you for hours about this. And by the way, Craig Smith, our director of scouting, writes in, Smitty, he says, I remember talking to Shawn or his agent in Bourbonnais scouting the Bears camp. That's where the Chicago Bears facility is located. He says, we brought him in, but let him go eventually. That was a long time ago, Shawn. But I just think about you were in Toronto for 3 seasons, which was your 16, 17, 18, the longest stint for you anywhere, I think. And that Eastern final in 2017, I remember rolling in on the Ryder bus and all that tailgating that was going on around the stadium. Our guys were up against the glass like, look at this, look at this. The stadium was full that day. Yeah, half were Ryder fans, whatever. Mike Babcock was there. I think you brought along Mitch Marner. That was, to me, one of the best times I ever had. Now, it went down to the last play, as you know, and the Argos won on a Fajardo plunge, but that kind of showed what Argo football could be.
Most definitely. And that was, for me, winning 2 Grey Cups. I had more fun winning that Grey Cup in Toronto because no one really expected us to win it. And to see the city come together, and I know how much it meant to the city. And it was amazing. Like, it was the time of my life.
Shawn, we're going to let you go. We are out of time, but best of luck in Edmonton. Can't wait to see you on the field and continued success, my friend. Glad it's going well.
Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.
The Lemonator, Shawn Lemon, checking in from Virginia today.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.